According to the Westgate Las Vegas Superbook, USC sophomore quarterback Sam Darnold is the favorite at 9-2. He's followed by Oklahoma quarterback Baker Mayfield and defending Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson at 10-1. Stephen A., should Darnold be the favorite?
No, he should not. Not in my opinion. I understand that he played well after UFC started off with its struggles. They, preseason polls, I think they've got them like ranked number 3 in the nation. I've got to see it to believe it, see if USC is going to live up to its billing. But I know Lamar Jackson is the real deal. Man, it tailed off the last part of the season because of various troubles, but with the team. But in the end, this dude took home the Heisman because he was electric. Took home he took home the Heisman because of ACC records in rushing yards for a quarterback, along with touchdowns. I think it's touchdowns responsible for in the season. This dude was absolutely sensational. Now, the only repeat Heisman Trophy winner is Archie Griffin from 74-75, if I remember correctly. So I understand usually there's a drop-off. Once you win the Heisman, there's usually a drop-off the next year because everybody sees you coming. But this dude is such a playmaker with both his feet and his arms. I anticipate greatness again for him as a junior. I'm rolling with Lamar Jackson before I roll with Sam Darnold.
First half of last season, I thought Lamar Jackson, there's no other story to talk about in terms of Heisman. He was so much better than everyone. And the only question was, would he pull a Geno Smith? Remember that first half of that season Geno had his last season in college, and then the second half, it was like 2 different seasons. It was a different guy. Now, Lamar Jackson did not pull a Geno Smith, but he did fall off in the second half. It was not like the first half guy, and if anything, hung on to win the Heisman in the second half. Does that mean people started figuring him out? Does that mean that will be compensated for by an extra year of experience and it'll be even better? I don't know, but as you mentioned, no one in the history of the award except for Archie Griffin's ever gone back-to-back. Meantime, what do USC quarterbacks do? What they do is win Heisman trophies. That's what they do. And Darnold...
Not Super Bowls.
No, not Super Bowls, Heisman trophies. And we're talking about the Heisman here. If we're talking Super Bowl, it's something else. And look at what happened to their fortunes with Darnold under center. He's a savior. And given that school's history, given the trajectory of both Lamar Jackson and Sam Darnold, I'll go Darnold. And by the way, I don't have to me, it's a clear-cut choice. I believe he will win. He should be the Heisman favorite, maybe even by a little bit more than he is.
Well, I would like to add this, though. If you're Lamar Jackson, you had ugly losses to Houston and Kentucky. You had a bold loss to LSU, and you still won the Heisman. You know why he still won the Heisman, Max? Because they knew it wasn't his fault. He only had only accounted for like 5 touchdowns in those 3 losses, okay? The man was sacked 22 times. 22 times. Yep. So we're talking about him, and we're talking about a level of protection that was clearly and sorely lacking. I don't anticipate that will be a problem moving forward. That's why I'm giving him the edge, giving him the nod.
And even in the one loss, which was an epic loss, the wide out is, a yard short of where it needs to be. Like that whole thing, that's not Lamar Jackson's fault. I'm glad he won the Heisman. I thought he deserved it, but it is clear he had to cling on at the end. He just hung on to win it, where the bulk of his work is done in the first half. I'm rooting for him. I hope you're right about that. If I had to make a prediction, I don't know that he's going to get so much better in his second season that the adjustments that were made in the first half don't continue to show up. And I wouldn't predict that he does win it, but, if he does, it'd be an amazing story.
Darnold took over Week 4 a starter, led the team to a 9-1 record.
Right. USC is USC again because of him.